Raftus and Rufus surprise Libeartie. Raftus and Rufus sat in a huddle. "What are we going to do today?" whispered Raftus. "Let's give Libeartie a surprise," replied Rufus. Mused Raftus. "We could make up a parcel and leave it in her home. That would be a surprise." Rufus liked the look in Raftus's eye. Uh-oh, he thought, here we go again. Soon Raftus and Rufus were in their cubby, surrounded by boxes, paper and string. "But what are we going to put in the parcel?" asked Rufus. "A parcel must have something inside it to wrap up, or it isn't a parcel." "Well," replied Raftus, "you know how Libeartie is always on the lookout for old books. Let's find a book and wrap that up. That'll be a good surprise. I've still got that little red book we found in old Bear's barn. That'll do nicely," decided Rufus. "Here, Raftus, have one of my sticky lollies while I get it." At last Raftus and Rufus had a big parcel, made up of many boxes and tied round and round with string. With a blue pencil, Raftus wrote in his best printing on the top of the parcel, "To Libeartie of Raftus," and in even bigger letters, "Special Delivery." The parcel was so big, Raftus couldn't lift it. "I know," said Rufus. "Let's put it on something so it won't get damaged and we will drag it along." The two little bears could hardly contain their excitement. They jumped up and down, shouting as they did so, "It's very funny! It's very funny!" What a sight they were as they pulled their surprise parcel along the bush track towards Libeartie's home. Whilst all this was happening, Libeartie sat alone in her lounge room, on the big cushion she kept just for thinking about things. Actually, Libeartie was a bit annoyed. All week she had been waiting for a special delivery of a big new book she had ordered on the very new B-mail system. Polly Post had assured her B-mail was very safe, but the new book hadn't come in today's mail. So where was it? "I'll make myself a cup of peppermint tea," said Libeartie to herself. "That always makes me feel better." And so off she went into the kitchen. "I can't see Libeartie. She must be out," whispered Raftus, peering around the doorway into Libeartie's home. "We'll have to be quick all the same," replied Rufus. Carefully they dragged their surprise parcel into the room and had just finished untying their pulling rope when they heard Libeartie talking in the kitchen. "It's just not good enough. I'll use the telephone next time. B-mail. These new-fangled things. Old things are best. You can rely on old things." "Hurry, Raftus. Hide here behind this chair," whispered Rufus. "Hurry, she's coming. We don't want to be caught." They had just clambered behind the chair and pulled the rope after them when Libeartie came back from her little kitchen carrying her mug of hot peppermint tea. There on the floor in front of her was a huge parcel with "Special Delivery" in big letters on the top. "It's here! It's here! Oh, it's arrived at last! I wonder who delivered it. I must open it straight away," exclaimed Libeartie. Snip went the scissors to cut the string. Quickly the paper was unwrapped to reveal a big box. "Yes, it's about the size book I thought it was," said Libeartie excitedly as she lifted the lid of the box. But inside was another parcel. Soon the string was snipped and the paper unwrapped. "Here's my book at last," sighed Libeartie as she lifted the lid of the second box. "Bother! What's going on?" said Libeartie as she snipped and unwrapped again. Another parcel! Bother, 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 cried Libeartie, getting quite distressed. Where's my book? Raftus and Rufus could hardly contain themselves. It really was very funny. The look on Libeartie's face made them glance at each other. Rufus could tell that Raftus was nearly giving away their hiding place. He was laughing to himself so much. Again Libeartie snipped with the scissors and unwrapped the parcel. Just then a sticky lolly paper fell out of the wrappings. Raftus and Rufus were suddenly just a tinsy-winsy little bit worried. Why did I give Raftus that sticky lolly? Thought Rufus. We're really in trouble now. Bother, 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 bother. It's Raftus and Rufus playing tricks again, cried Libeartie in an exasperated voice as she lifted the lid of yet another but much smaller box. But wait, there was something in this box. There it was. It was red. What was it? Carefully Libeartie lifted a little red book from the smaller box. Just as she was adjusting her glasses to read the title, Raftus toppled onto the floor in front of her. His leg had gone to sleep from being still for so long, and when he had tried to change position, his leg had gone all funny and he'd fallen topsy-turvy. Are you all right, Raftus? Yelled Rufus, coming out from behind the other side of the chair. Oh, you naughty little bear, said Libeartie. But where did you find such a dear little book? I've been looking for this old edition for many years. It's a wonderful surprise. You mean you're not really mad at us? Asked Raftus in amazement. Just then the telephone rang. Bring, bring. It was Polly Post with news for Libeartie that her B-mail parcel had just arrived and she would deliver it first thing tomorrow. Sit down, little bears, and I'll make you some honey and lemon drinks. Oh, this day has turned out to be just perfect after all, said Libeartie, dancing into the kitchen. Later. Libeartie waved goodbye to Raftus and Rufus as they started out for their tree house home. Each had a little bag of moondrops that Libeartie had given them as a thank you for the lovely surprise, even if they had been a tinsy-winsy little bit naughty. It's been a great day, said Raftus. Yes, it really was very funny, replied Rufus. And they skipped and kicked the leaves with gusto as home they went. What'll we do tomorrow? Asked Raftus. Raftus and Rufus surprised Libeartie. The end.